Hey y'all, welcome to Barstools and Bourbon. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Lahannah.
And special guest,
Maria Montgomery,
who is no stranger to anybody in the bluegrass. We have today a very special first timer on TV, YouTube, wherever the heck we're at. Castle and Key Restoration Rye Whiskey. Be right back.
welcome back to Barstools and Bourbon. We are so excited today to try the brand new Restoration. Excited to try it. Never tried it. Brand new to me. Brand new to everyone. It was released on December 4th. Is that right?
I think so.
All right. So let's get to it.
Yeah, so we're really excited about this. Lahannah and I, we snuck out to Frankfurt and grabbed our bottles the other day. Got special kind of treatment a little bit. Got a little surprise for everybody as well. So what's been released so far is batch 1, and it's a 3-year-old rye whiskey, 17% corn, I think 68% rye, and then like 20. I think that's math. The math's in there working. 17.
I can't math,
Yeah.
so.
Something, I don't know. Whatever works out to 100, but I think it's 20% malted.
Okay.
So yeah. So before we even dive into this, Maria, tell us a little bit of what you got going on. I mean,
Yeah.
we see y'all. I can't drive down the road without seeing you staring at me,
Sorry
pointing
about
at a
that.
car.
It's
or
awkward, I know. Yeah. So I am originally from Danville, grew up here, went to school at Will County. And
Go Red.
that's right, go Rebels. And so now from then on, I was Miss Kentucky in 2009. I placed as runner-up at Miss USA, which launched the career that I always wanted. So I always wanted to be a professional model, not just to do it for fun, but to do it for an actual living. And so in 2010, I signed with an agency named Ford Models, and that's when it became a full-time job. And so over several years, I lived in Chicago and Miami back and forth. Always wanted to call Danville, Central Kentucky home. And so those are always temporary stays. But then eventually I did come back to Kentucky to stay. And that's when I got hired from UK Men's Basketball. So I did the on-court hosting for the games when COVID is not a thing. So there's not a lot of fans entertained at the moment. So we're not doing that this year, at least as of now. And then, several commercials. I've worked some with SEC Network for their digital media and various clients. So now I'm about 50% TV production world and 50% modeling for my living. Yeah.
Well, we met for the first time. I don't know if you remember, but I remember. You make an impression upon us.
Oh, thank you. I hope that's a good thing.
Oh, it definitely is. We met at Kentucky State Barbecue Festival.
Yeah, love the festival every year.
I always had my elbows knee deep in barbecue sauce. Yeah, a little bit.
A little busy, yeah. So I hosted some of the events there. That was a lot of fun for several years.
So we have a good time with that. Yeah. And so, Lahannah, what you guys got anything going on? I know we're shut down.
Hopefully the word is reopening. Fingers crossed. If we do, we're planning to do like a little grand reopening party. So, obviously we're still going to follow all mandates and safety protocols, but we're really excited to be back. I mean, this is what we love doing, and so it's been kind of sad without it.
Yeah, it's been kind of rough with the shutdown all the way around. So I've been ordering more takeout and more to go, curbside everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't think I've cooked but one time.
I've had to full-time homeschool. You should see me in 2nd grade math. My kid was like, "Mom, I don't understand." I'm like, "Me either. Me either. Let's just drink."
She doesn't really do water, Gatorade, hydration,
sleepy time tea or something.
It's got chamomile.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's dive in to the Restoration.
Okay.
We've all got our glasses and everything. Got a nice copper color, kind of light, thin copper color.
Mm-hmm.
It is 3 years old.
The legs aren't as strong as I would have expected.
Yep. Now, this is not a first-time sip for us. We did get a sample of this up at Castle and Key.
So you're cheaters.
A little bit,
Yes.
but it was only like this much. I mean, it was just an itty-bitty little
It was.
tiny
I
bit.
was impressed from the little sip, but I'm excited for this. Jeremy, did you give me a dirty glass?
I pulled it from the shelf, so.
Oh my God. That's why we can't have nice things.
Well, that's okay. It's okay.
All right, so on the
Here
nose.
we go. I just splashed it.
So start with the nose.
Very formal.
What I would do, start with it kind of a little bit away from your nose and just kind of slowly bring it up with your mouth open, drawing in slowly.
And pat your head and rub your stomach
Very
at the
formal.
same time.
It's a process.
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have done a bourbon tasting like this on a film before, but I didn't have this much instruction.
We try to be helpful.
Yeah.
So Not a lot of alcohol on the nose with it.
I'm amused
Oh my gosh.
by
Lahannah.
Jeremy,
I
really.
mean,
Hey.
it smells.
Okay, so when we had the sample the other day, the alcohol on the nose didn't hit me as hard. It is today. Is it not you?
Not for me.
Jeez, I'm struggling.
It smells good.
I like it. It's got a light
I
smell.
like that.
It's not real sweet.
No, it's very like herbal to me.
Yeah, I get some herb and not that kind of herb. Completely legal herb. I'm getting some citrus notes in there as well, like a lemon.
I smell whiskey, and it smells really great.
Smells whiskey. Hey,
I'm far from a professional here.
smelling whiskey while you're sipping whiskey.
It doesn't
that's-
smell overly strong, which is good.
Right.
I am a bourbon fan. I always randomly have been, but I feel like this one could be kind of smooth. Are we allowed to drink it yet?
Did you taste without us?
That's actually really good.
That's very nice.
Not that I didn't expect it to be.
Yep.
But, yeah, not too. I call it stingy, like when they're too. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Got that prickly
It's
heat.
not
Yep.
stingy.
This
Which is
one,
good.
the first thing I tasted there was caramelized sugar.
Yep.
Did you get like it was instantly like sweet?
And it is 3 years, so it's not really full. It's not really deep. It's got more brighter notes to it. I'm getting a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of dough. It's not with the mid 60 range on the rye. It's not like a lot of dill or a lot of green herb or anything like that.
No.
But more.
This is my kind of jam. Sweeter version.
Yeah, this is
A
nice.
little citrus, but sweeter.
Yep, I like it.
I like it a lot. It's like a cinnamon roll.
How could you go wrong with cinnamon roll now?
Like a
that's-
cinnamon roll without the icing on it.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Like
Yep.
all the baking spices, the cinnamon's very prominent, but then the doughy. Yeah.
But it's not like some, actual cinnamon whiskey that can be overpowering.
Mhm.
I think it's
Oh,
much
no.
more gentle than that.
That somebody the other day was
They call that
suggesting
Fireball.
shots of Fireball.
I don't know if we're allowed to say brands or not. So
Yeah.
all the brands.
Oh, yeah.
Notice how I said I did a different bourbon tasting.
Yeah, a
I
different
didn't
bourbon
say,
tasting.
I didn't
Different
say the distillery on purpose.
No, we open up. We talk about all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody's paying us yet.
It's to come.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, we talk about all of them.
Okay.
Wilderness Trail.
I knew. Why did I know? You crush on them so hard.
I can't help it. When you do something, when you're
Jesus.
doing something right, you do something right.
On who? On Wilderness?
Wilderness Trail.
Are you saying they're doing?
I love what Wilderness Trail's doing.
Okay, so what are you
I'm-
saying he's crushing on?
No, I love them too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So much.
I was
But,
confused. That's
but
clarifying.
constantly Jeremy's like, do you see this glass? Wilderness would make this glass better.
Oh,
than
so
anyone
he's
else.
like
he
hyping them up.
loves them.
I'm not a complete fanboy, but I'm.
Oh, complete fan.
Well, they're like right up the road.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so like we kind of have to.
Yeah.
I mean, I might have been talking with Pat this morning about different barrel proofs
Oh
of
my
some
God.
Russell Reserve. I don't mean to name drop.
Totally
Just
fine.
I don't mean to totally name drop, but
well, the other tasting that I've done was for Four Roses, and
Nice.
we did it in promotion of the Railbird Festival, which of course was
yeah.
not a thing this year after all. But I really liked the single barrel. Right? That was my favorite. Yeah, that one was my favorite. I get them all mixed up. Single barrel and small batch, I always got confused, but I actually like the single barrel better. But that particular one was
The
smoother.
small batch is a
And
little
they're-
sweeter to me.
Yeah.
I prefer the single barrel.
Yeah.
She's a rye girl.
Yeah.
She
Are
loves
you?
the rice.
Typically, I'm not, but I do like this.
This doesn't have, like you said, it doesn't have that young prickliness, because a lot of times you get with some rye, it's just that sharp bitterness that sometimes you get in.
So that comes with being young.
A lot of it comes with being young. Yeah, the older it gets,
Got it.
usually the smoother it becomes, or the more mellowed out it becomes that way.
For this to be so young, like here, call me Jeremy James. Honestly, my favorite young rye is Wilderness Trails.
Right.
Because it's very well rounded. It's not overly hot, and I mean it's a hot proof. I think the one we have here is like 114
I
or
think so. Yeah.
like all them sit really hot, and it's not overpowering. It's very herbal. Like hibiscus comes to mind. Don't I squab it when I drink
Yeah.
Wilderness Trail rye. I love it. To be such a young rye, this would rival that.
Right.
In fact, I was talking to one of their brand peeps the other day, and they said, "How is it?" And I was like, "Honestly, it rivals it, and that's a good thing. We need more really good young ryes on the market."
Definitely. And this one is, let's see, where are we at? 103 proof, which is nice. It's 3 years old. So it stands up. I mean, it's got the strength.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times a 90 will just be too weak and
Okay.
just be, a lot of times people say, oh, it's so smooth. It means there's nothing going on.
Got it.
It's like honey. Honey's smooth, but
Got
it
it.
doesn't have a lot of depth.
Makes sense.
So yeah, this is decent. This is good stuff. So, but wait, there's more.
Stay tuned.
Isn't
Hang on,
that
wait, no, we need more Jeremy gestures.
isn't that the classic infomercial? But wait, if you act now.
You just did spirit fingers, Maria.
So-
I like it.
All right. So batch 1 is the only one that's been released to the public yet. I need another glass.
We can get you one, maybe.
All right, I got this. I got this.
I need another glass.
Do you really want me to climb through these tripods then?
So
Um,
you find sharing it? Do you find sharing after your mother?
oh yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll just use this one. Get back over here, Lahannah.
Yeah, because that wasn't happening.
Yeah, that's not.
Okay.
I tried to get through there. And
I
that
was
wasn't
going to
happening.
take this detour and talk about the packaging.
Okay,
while
go
we got
for
the
it.
glass.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was really impressed with the little, it's the little things. When advertising gets me every time. Maybe it's
Right.
the world I'm in. I don't know, but this is nice. It's a nice little.
It is. Look,
It
I
makes it
love
look
the
like
tag
really expensive.
up top.
Yeah.
Like most of these
And they're like
are.
actual metal.
Yeah, they're usually
you know?
paper.
Right.
The
So
name is actually, I don't know if
Oh,
it's
yeah.
embossed, but it's formed into the glass down at the
Uh-huh.
bottom.
Look on top of the cork. It has all the letters going.
Oh
all the way
yeah.
around.
And their
It's
logo.
all in
on
the
them.
details.
Yep.
Yeah.
So a
They
lot
paid
of
attention to all of it.
Yeah.
And I love that this came from a female distiller. This
Yep.
was her stuff
Right.
from Marianne.
Marianne
Castle Key
Eves.
is so pretty.
So-
I love that place.
Marianne Eves, obviously no longer with Castle and Key,
Mm-hmm.
but the Castle and Key has just now started releasing several of their items.
Mhm.
Obviously, the Restoration Rye. Pinhook actually has
Mm-hmm.
a couple bottles that were from Castle and Key. There's a rye and a couple different bourbons.
Tried those.
That's Howard.
Yes.
So I have not. They're on my bar. They're just not open.
Yeah.
So what's your impression on those?
I do like those. I feel they're a little stronger. Like, I don't know that I'm not good with the terminology.
You're fine.
It's a little more. They're more stingy.
Okay.
So a little more harsh than what this is going to be.
Yes.
That's the thing.
That's the young.
Coming that
The
it's
young,
so
okay.
young, but that's what we're talking about. Like with this being a young rye, it's so well rounded to only
Yeah.
be 3 years old.
Yeah.
Okay.
Usually,
Makes sense.
usually something 2 to 3 years old, especially a rye, you expect more astringency, more
Okay.
that alcohol, stronger alcohol on the
That
nose.
Kentucky hug is
Mhm.
real.
Usually
in those.
kind of grabs you for sure. So Restoration Rye Batch 1 is the only one that's available right now, and I don't even know what their availability was because I know they were running out as we were at Castle and Key the other day.
Okay.
We walked up and the
Oh,
limit
they
was
were
2,
like 6 bottles. You can get 6 bottles, and we get there
and
and
you
they're
can
like,
get 2 bottles.
or you
and
can get 2.
yeah, then we registered and then they
When we
said,
get there,
yeah,
they're like,
you can get
you
one.
can have one. I'm so prepared to buy
Precious.
6
Oh, yeah.
bottles.
So this is in really limited supply right now, but I have
Dun dun dun.
an unmarked bottle from one of the associates, the sales associates at Castle and Key. This is batch 2. So we're going to sample batch 2. So this should be a little bit different. I don't know how different they're going to be from batch 1 to batch 2, but we will see. This is yours, Maria.
Okay. Typically, I don't drink things from unmarked bottles from people.
Oh, let me tell you.
That's a good rule.
I have a rule. Never drink unmarked bottles from a bartender's house.
Oh.
That is,
No.
you could die. Like seriously, that's like
I've never gotten intoxicated enough. Have y'all heard of a mat shot?
mad
No.
shot. Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So
I
in
have
bars,
that.
we call it a mat shot. All night long, they're in the well, they're making drinks and like a little bit of spillage here and there. And at the end of the night, we lift up
Oh,
the mats
on
and they
the
pour their
mat.
cup and see if somebody will take a mat shot.
Nasty.
I would never touch it.
No.
Gross.
As many years as I've done this, I've never touched it.
No.
I've watched a couple people do it.
She won't even drink tap water.
Oh, whatever, Jeremy. I do drink
She's so
tap water.
bougie. Oh my gosh, she's so bougie. She is the bourbon princess, or as I like to call it, the
I like
bougie
that.
I
princess.
do wear a
I
tiara.
like that.
She does.
I'm kind of sad you don't have it on right now.
Don't tell her. She will
I
go
was like,
get
it's
it.
probably in my car.
The wheels are turning really
Actually,
quickly.
it's probably in my car.
This one, I'm getting a lot more dough on the nose. I think like
Okay, this is a lot smoother on the nose to me.
Yes,
Yep.
I agree. What do you say? Less astringent?
less astringent,
Look
right?
at me, I'm learning.
Less
Bourbon.
of that alcohol burn on the nose, because I can get my big old nose straight down in this glass. There's no problem there.
The legs on this one are pretty hefty.
Coloration wise, it's about the same, about like a very light, thinner copper. But then 3 years old, I don't expect
I
a
can
lot
see
of.
it because this glass is a little cleaner.
She probably licked it. I'm getting some more floral notes in this one. Almost like not quite like a gin, but close.
I really like the Castle and Key gin. Speaking of.
That Castle and Key gin that we had the other day was amazing. It had, for me, it was just prominent rosemary. And I'm the chef. I love cooking. So when I got rosemary on that gin, I was like...
You hit that note 100%. I was proud of you.
100%.
That never happens.
Oh, yeah. And I didn't even cheat. I mean, so there you go. Yeah, so nice nose.
Oh. It is smooth, like more honeyish.
Yep. That's exactly where I was going. That's smoother.
Yes.
Sweeter than the batch one.
I feel like the cinnamon's a little more prominent mid-palate.
It's a little smokier on the back end, too.
See that?
Batch 2 is going to be fun when it comes out.
Yeah, I really expected to like the first one better, but I think actually.
I think I'm
the second.
a fan of batch 2. Look, Jeremy's like,
the unmarked bottle.
What's going on with me?
It's not sketchy at all.
The swig that's left. But that's awesome.
That's really good.
Well, I mean, shoot. For a 3-year-old rye whiskey from a brand new distiller,
That's really good.
this is a great opening shot.
batch 2
really
is.
Yeah, this is really nice. There is nothing wrong with this at all. If you're not looking for immense amounts of complexity, then this is where you want to be. A good young rye drinker, someone that's new into it, this is a great place.
Well,
to
that's
start.
how I crush really hard on Woodinville.
Oh yeah, from West Coast.
Oh, I know, but Woodinville is phenomenal. So their rye is like the one that I'm always suggesting to beginners. That one is phenomenal. The Fry Ranch, I can't say it, whichever one, out of Nevada, phenomenal ryes. Those are good. Well, Woodinville's more of like a beginner rye.
So do you like a Kentucky rye? I mean,
So anyway, this reminds me a lot of that, where it's very approachable.
Approachable is a good word.
For people
For
who aren't
newbies,
into
maybe?
rye.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people who love whiskey in the whiskey world, but they don't love rye.
right.
I thought it was one of those, but I kind of have been proven different today.
Ryes can be, there's a wide range of them. They get a lot more creative with ryes.
Yeah.
And some ryes are like 100% rye. It's
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
rye.
Yellow,
nothing but
remember
rye.
that one Yellowstone had? But that was actually
Oh, yeah.
like surprisingly refreshing. I didn't think it would be.
And a lot of them are usually like very herbal, like dill, green herbs, all that kind of stuff, really high up on that. And that's not where I camp. I like that oaky, smooth caramel complexity of honey that a bourbon usually brings.
That's you always go for the weeded.
Oh, the weeded. I mean, come on. I mean, almost the entire BTAC series is weeded. I mean, so that's my jam right there.
You
You,
know
just can't
what?
find it.
I just like to be different.
She's different. She's different. All right, closing thoughts on Restoration Rye.
I'm a fan. Like I said, I didn't think I would love a rye, but this has proven me wrong for sure. I think batch 2 I like better. I like the more of the honey notes, and batch 1 is also very good. I feel like anyone that thinks they don't like rye should try it. They should
Definitely.
give it a shot, because it can definitely prove you wrong as well. And great packaging.
Oh my
Let's
gosh.
talk about the packaging. The packaging is great.
What they're doing with bottles nowadays is absolutely
Well,
awesome.
the attention
Absolutely
to
love it.
detail is it's there.
I mean, it's got the logo on the
This
top.
is seriously my
and
favorite. Just the little tag here.
It looks great. They're aging. They're doing age statements on the back of the bottles now. They're talking about the batch numbers.
It's hand lettered.
That's what I was going to say earlier. It looks like it's actually
It is. It's they're handwritten.
Yeah.
And then the distillery is absolutely gorgeous.
It is. It's beautiful.
It is.
I've
We
done
did
a
a
few different
little
shoots
walk
out
of
there.
it.
Yeah. I did a shoot for Bourbon Review magazine one time out there, and it was awesome.
Yeah, it's really
beautiful.
nice.
Yeah.
We expect their bourbon soon. I mean, the Pinhook was kind of like their teaser.
Right.
I did ask Marianne if that was when she was there, and it was.
Okay.
So she was over that cook of that batch,
Okay.
but it was, I think it was made specifically for Pinhook.
Got
So
it.
it's not necessarily going to be Castle and Keys stuff, but it shows you what they're working with, which is good.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Which is
I mean,
also a huge reason to support it, because women are rising in this industry, and I think that that's amazing.
yep, especially in the old boys club and everything else, to see women taking a
Oh, that was
role.
my favorite. The other day I made a comment to this lady had walked in and said something about you can't get enough of a good thing. And I was like, yeah, that's me with whiskey. Well, then this gentleman was sitting on the other side on a table up here. He said, you said that wrong. you said whiskey, not bourbon. And I was like, okay. And he's like, not all bourbon is whiskey. Or no, what did he say? Not all whiskey is bourbon. But I was like, okay. And then,
for educating
and then
me.
our bartender's dying laughing. He's like,
Actually.
did he just say that to you? And I was like, just let him be. Just let him be.
Smile,
No,
nod.
just
I
sort
do
of-
a lot of that.
you're-
Just smile.
You're certified bourbon steward,
Yeah,
right?
I was like, you're right.
Yeah, certified bourbon steward. Let's lecture.
I was
the
like, do
bourbon
you
steward.
want me to?
Yes. Actually, let's bourbon splain.
And then I got
Bourbon
called
hard.
sir in 3 different emails because apparently only men can ask questions about specific bottles and barrel picks and things like that. Somebody called me a sir 3 times. I was like, might be a good time to let you know I'm a girl.
Just
So,
post your picture as you're taking a shot.
thanks though. I don't know what part of Lahannah sounded manly.
I was
but
going to say, I was like, do they not see the name?
Yeah.
it's Lahannah.
Be girly. Yeah.
Well, I concur across the board. The Restoration Rye is a great first shot from Castle and Keith.
Yes, I'm ready for
glad-
batch 2 release.
Yeah, really ready for that, and I cannot wait for their bourbon release.
Please don't limit me to 1.
Oh,
Please.
yeah. I
All dibs
mean,
now.
yeah. Castle and Key, you know my address. You know how to get a hold of me. Just message down below. Whatever you got to do. Subscribe, link. You know all that kind of good stuff.
Speaking of, shout out really quick. My friend Zach, I grew up with, the Bourbon Aesthetic on Instagram is his name. You just reshared that on Bourbon and Barstool's page. His video of the Restoration Rye was gorgeous.
Absolutely gorgeous video.
It was gorgeous. So if you all get a chance to check him out, it's the Bourbon Aesthetic, and he did a phenomenal job promoting this.
Or you can check out our Instagram. It's up in the story, and you'll be able to see the same
too.
video. So it's a 2 for 1.
I'll share it too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, comment, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us, Maria. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I'm honored.
Anytime. Lahannah, any parting words?
No, I didn't even tell a joke today.
Nothing? You got nothing?
Literally nothing.
Next time I'll
It's
give it
terrible.
to you.
What do you call a boomerang?
Okay.
What do you call a broken boomerang? A stick. On that note, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
We'll do 2 hours next.